Today, we've got two guests for the price of one. The first is a seller who is selling close to 8 figures in Germany. And get this, the marketplaces he gets the most sales from isn't even Amazon Germany. And the other is a former guest that we had who a couple of years ago wasn't even selling on Amazon. And now she has grown her business to 7 figures of sales. And she's got some cool Etsy hacks as well. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Are you an agency, enterprise level seller, or an 8 or 9 figure seller and need advanced analytics? Market Tracker 360 might be the product for you. To get a demo of Market Tracker 360, go to h10.me/MT360. That's h10.me/MT360. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I am your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's a completely BS-free, unscripted, and unrehearsed organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. Again, going to the other side of the world, we've got somebody. I believe you're in Germany right now, other side of the world, right? Where are you at specifically? What city?
In Berlin, in Germany.
Well, when people are listening to this, it's going to be like right actually during Sell and Scale Summit. But I think you said you're getting your flight tomorrow to go to Sell and Scale Summit, so I'll be able to see you in person there. But I want to go back, in history. I don't know much about you. I know you were on the German version of our podcast, so I say to everybody out there, sprechen Sie Deutsch? If you do, you should be also listening to the Serious Sellers Podcast auf Deutsch by Marcus Mokros. You can, whatever you're listening to this on, guys, just type Serious Sellers Podcast auf Deutsch, and you can just subscribe. There's one episode a week, and you would see Marco had an episode on there. I do not speak German at all, so I have no idea what that episode was about. But Marcus told me, he was like, "Hey, this was a very interesting episode, and I think you should interview this guy." So I'm like, "All right, let's do it." So, is Berlin, Germany, where you were born and raised?
Yes, originally I'm from Berlin. I was traveling a little bit in Germany, or relocating a couple of times in Germany, but at the end I came back to Berlin because Here I have friends, here I have family. So 10 years living in other cities. I'm now back in Berlin since, 5 years, 10 years.
And what did you study in university, if anything?
I was not in university, so I started
Excellent.
with a commercial education, just to have some more kind of job, and then it was a little bit boring for me. I thought, I want to do something bigger. I've built up for a company a department and was successful. Then I thought, but I want to do more. And then at a later stage, I have done some additional studies in parallel to the work, so not a kind of bachelor or master. It was something close to it in Germany. So I've done then 2 studies in economy and 1 in logistic in parallel, so kind of studies. And still, it's not enough. I want to do more.
So how did you discover e-commerce?
My background is in logistics, so I've done a lot of logistics stuff, like international logistic procurement and such things. And in 2018, I was unemployed, and I thought, always I build things for other companies. Isn't there any opportunity to build something for myself? And then I thought, I only know logistics, so I want to build my own logistic. But for logistic, I need somehow something. And then I thought it makes sense to have something what I can put on trucks, because I know trucks. I can put something on pallets. I thought I need something which is a little bit bigger, that I can start to build my logistic. And in this way, I started with children's beds. So one of my former colleagues has mentioned, try children's beds. Maybe there's an opportunity. Then I went to Poland to a factory. I say, hey, you are producing children's beds. I have absolutely no idea, but I want to start with e-commerce. I have no customers. I have no supplier. I have no clue. I have no processes. I have nothing, but I know what a truck is. I want to buy a full truckload of children's beds. And they say, are you crazy? Are you nuts? You are not serious. And then, to be honest, we had a 2 hours discussion until they sold this truckload to me. I've asked them, do you imagine that you could sell something to me? Yes. Do you know your top sellers? Yes. Would you think about that you sell it to me? Yes, but you need to pay. I say, yes, I can pay, but maybe not now cash. But when you send me a bill, then I send you the money tomorrow. So it was 2 hours discussion until they sold it to me. Also, with starting with e-commerce, I thought I need to pay my bills. So I thought, what do I want to achieve with e-commerce? At the end, I have 2 children. I want to pay all bills, need to ensure that everything is on track. Then I thought I need to have per month let's say $2,500 or something like this to be able to pay everything, but I cannot do it in the beginning. Then I've done my 5 years plan. Yeah, I write in 5 years, I want to have €2,500 income per month. To do so, I guess I need maybe 1 million revenue. No idea. Then I thought, yeah, but I have no clue. I have nothing. Where do I start? Then I thought, okay, to start something is very difficult. To double is much easier. Then I've made it half of it. So in 5 years, 1 million revenue. 4 years, 500.
What happened to the truckload of beds?
Yeah, as I'm from logistic, on the way back in the car, I called a friend. I say, there will be a truckload of children's beds. Please collect it with your trucks, put it in your warehouse. I have no idea. Then I've checked.
You didn't even have like a website or anything at this time?
Nothing.
Well, what made you decide to get children's beds in Poland?
That's what I told you. Yeah, I thought I want to do my 1 million revenue in 5 years. So it means in the first year I need to do 50 million revenue, whatever it takes. Yeah, and then I thought I need to do 50,000 revenue, and for 50,000 revenue I need to have something. And I thought I have no idea how I can sell it. Yeah, but I need to have something. Then I bought it, and so I had already the truckload of children's beds in the warehouse of a friend. And then I've checked. Okay, e-commerce. Everyone says Amazon. Let's make an account of Amazon. How does this stuff work? So long story short, in the first 2 years, I have lost money with it. Yeah, but it was helpful for me because I had goods. Goods are pushing me to find solutions to sell it. That was pushing me towards Amazon. Then I have introduced a warehouse management system. So I've started to build processes. So I've done some consulting in parallel. That money is coming in, and then in parallel, I was learning on the job how e-commerce works. So it took me, let's say, 1.5, maximum 2 years, where I really lost money. I would say in total, I've lost 20,000 euros or something like this in these 1.5 years. And then I've done a turnaround because I've understood how this business more or less works. And now I do 4 years this business. This year we will finish with minimum 7 million revenue. I have in time between 11 people. So yeah.
So you made your 5-year plan then?
By far.
But now, guys, I just want to make sure everybody's clear. We are not saying that this is the way to start a business. Let's go to Poland and buy a truckload of children's beds that we have no idea what to do with. You know, it worked out for Marco here, okay? But please, I don't want to hear at the Sell and Scale Summit, oh, Bradley said I should just go to random countries and just buy truckloads of nonsense and everything. I'll be a millionaire in 4 years. No. But we got to hear his story, so we got to understand, you know, the journey here. So your 7-8 million of revenue, is that like what you're projected to do maybe this year, or are you well, what was that figure?
Now, the original plan for this year was 1 million, which we exceed by 1. And since 2 years, we are here in an office. And 2 years ago, I thought, okay, this original plan does not really work out. I have now a team. I want to have some targets. I need to have something new. Then I've mentioned to my team, let's make it very easy. We will do it much slower now because it's not needed. I'm happy. Yeah, let's just double every year. And we had at that time 2.5 million revenue. Okay, double 2.5, 5, 10, whatever. So I end up with, let's do in 5 years 100 million revenue. The first 2 weeks, I thought that's absolutely crazy. I was laughing. I thought, why do I discuss 100 million revenue? But then I thought, when I was working for multinational companies, they do not discuss targets. They just simply say, this is a target. And always I was overachieving. Then I thought, why the hell can I not make it happen for myself? Then I told my team, hey guys, let's go for 100 million. We have done the next thing, a 5 years plan towards 100 million. So we are absolutely unhappy because we are underperforming this year. The plan was 12.5 million and we are only at 7. But at the end, it's not a question for us. When anyone says, oh, it's not realistic, I simply do not want to hear it. For me, the only question is, how can I make it happen to achieve the 100 million? And the first thing which I figured out is, it's impossible when I do everything by myself, so I need to build a team. And this is a journey where we are in now.
So how many employees do you have?
In the moment, 11.
11 employees. All right. Now, when you're talking about, you know, this revenue, did you start in Amazon Germany, or did you start all over Amazon Europe? Where are the main marketplaces where this revenue is coming from?
In the moment, we do business 99% to Germany only and 1% to Austria. So I've started with Amazon in Germany. Then I've seen also when I consider the languages, the tax system, and the regulations, it's much easier to go onto other markets in Germany rather than doing international business with Amazon. I would say to enable the products to be sold in all countries, that's just a click in the box, yeah? And then I sell over all countries in Europe. But afterwards, I have all the complexity with the tax and liability and whatever, and this is why I always stop it. And I say, as soon as we are prepared in a way that we say we do the next country, then we will start with Amazon. We are preparing Amazon francs in the moment. Then we do this step, yeah. So then with tax prepared, with product description and product liability, everything really prepared. Then we do the next market. I'm really astonished that I hear a lot of times that people say, "Hey, I do Amazon across all the world." Where you're saying, "But what happens with all tax declarations?" And I do not want to have this trouble. And this is why we focus at the moment on Germany only. And
How many marketplaces in Germany are you selling in, other than Amazon, of course?
We are listed in the moment on I think 7 different marketplaces, but realistically, Otto is a newcomer as a marketplace in Germany, and it's a very big company, and their marketplace is really a huge number. So we do in time between more revenue on Otto than on Amazon.
Whoa. This new marketplace, you're saying you do more revenue there than Amazon?
Yes. So from my point of view, I would say for the German market, Otto is
How do you spell that? The website?
OTTO.de.
OTTO.de. Okay.
Yes. This is a very big company which is focusing on the German market, and they have started, I think, 2 years ago with marketplace business. And this business, Otto is, I don't know how much revenue they do. For sure, minimum 5 billion. I don't have the numbers in mind. So from my point of view, when it comes to the German market, Otto is an absolute relevant player. Absolute relevant. So in the moment, I have the feeling that Otto still see themselves as a kind of underdog, and we are careful. We don't say anything against Amazon, but they are growing that fast. So from my point, and the most exciting thing is they have their own logistic structure. They have an own parcel system in Germany, which is called Hermes. They have a large parcel business. So that means when you sell sofas in the German market, they have their own logistic network for it. So when you say who is more relevant, Alibaba or Otto for the German market, I would say Alibaba who, because from my point of view, it's absolutely Otto, which is a more relevant market in Germany. So we are doing the business on Otto, then we do Amazon, then we do Kaufland, which was for former Real. This marketplace was sold to Kaufland. eBay, I would say it depends on the seller. For us, eBay is not that relevant. And then you have some niche marketplaces which are relevant for children's beds, which are more focusing on families. But the revenue and profit is on a lower level. So the three most relevant marketplaces are Otto, Amazon, and Kaufland.
Off of Amazon, how are you fulfilling the orders? Does Otto also have their own warehouses that you store things kind of like FBA, or are you shipping yourself, or how are you managing that?
50% of our stuff we do with an external warehouse, which is in Berlin. So we buy our products from Eastern Europe. That's then shipped with full truckloads to the external warehouse. From the external warehouse, it's shipped to customer. And the second part of the business is dropship. So we are getting the orders from customer, pass it through to the factories. In the factories, we have stock which is branded for us, pre-produced for us, and then shipped straight from Central Europe to German customers.
Do you source from China or India at all, or it's 100% Eastern Europe is where your manufacturers are?
In the moment, 100% Eastern Europe. One of the reasons is, as I have started bootstrapped, I need to be very, very careful what I do with my money. And when I want to grow very fast, I do not want to put money on the plate and wait 3 months for the goods. Yeah. So it was for me easier to start with lower margin in Central Europe.
Okay, interesting. Now, we don't have transcript of our German podcast. Our English podcast, by the way, guys, if you ever wanted to read a podcast, we actually transcribe every word, and you can see those at helium10.com/podcast. But what we do have on our German page, which is helium10.com/German, we have like these timestamps that Marcus, our host of that podcast, he'll make timestamps just so you can have an idea. And so I did a Google Translate. So I have a question about suppliers because I'm not sure if Google translated this correctly. But according to Google Translate, let me read it here. It says he contacts 100 suppliers before launching a new product. Is that a correct translation? Is that what you said on the other podcast?
When we want to launch a new product, we want that this product is a bestseller. I'm fine with one bestseller in a year, which is also would be fine. But I want to be bestseller on the keyword where I try to work on. That means I need to contact a lot of supplier. I need to see, can they produce it for the price? Can they produce it for the quality? And there is a reason why other companies are selling on this keyword in the moment, because they have huge experience. They are really good. They are pros. That means when we want to find a supply chain and a supplier which is better, that we can build a bestseller in this niche, it means it's not the first supplier, it's not the second. When you have contacted 100 suppliers, I'm sure you have one supplier in it which is a very, very good fit. When you have contacted only 3 suppliers, I can ensure you can sell somehow something. You can bleed a lot with PPC campaigns, but you will in no way do a bestseller.
How do you find? I don't even know how to find one supplier in Eastern Europe, let alone 100. So are there websites kind of like, Alibaba is for other parts of the, world, or how do you find, because I can understand, whether I live in Europe or, I live in America and I'm interested in I'm interested in selling in Amazon Germany or Amazon Poland or Amazon France, etc. I could definitely see how it might be advantageous to find European suppliers because of the reasons you mentioned. So if I'm interested in that, how would I go about that?
I think there are a lot of services available. So when we really are looking for suppliers, we try to search in all areas. But bottom line, the best things from my point of view, really the best things is when we check who is selling in Eastern European countries on markets. That means when you have, for example, Alibaba, we don't use it, but in case I would use Alibaba, I would check who is from Poland and is selling on Alibaba Poland. The counterpart is Allegro in Poland, which is a relevant market for the Polish market.
How do you spell that?
Allegro, Allegro. So what we do is, who is selling in Poland stuff? So it's very likely that these are not the most expensive products. So nobody would sell very expensive German products on the Polish market. So that means you have there a lot of Polish producers which are selling on this Polish market. And then this is the first thing that we contact them. We say, hey, we have here some specifications of some products which we need. It seems that you have machines which would enable you to produce the products we are looking for. Let's meet. Can you produce some samples for us? Then you start an alignment. This is one source. And the second source is, as we already have a small network of suppliers, it's always recommendation, which is the best. So when you have recommendations from existing supplier, I always tell my team, ideas, 30% of the ideas are ours, 30% of other ideas are from customers, even with reviews or whatever, and the other 30% of the ideas is suppliers. So when I'm looking for a new niche where I say I would like to sell XYZ, one of the first things I do is I contact existing supplier and I say, hey, do you have an idea for me? And then they think about, they say, oh, I have heard of something, try this person. So for me, it's Allegro and it's contacting existing supplier, which is the most beneficial thing. In parallel, we search also Google and other areas, but this is the most beneficial.
Okay, interesting. All right, well, that's a unique tip, and you've been giving us different tips. Before we go off the call here, maybe one or two more unique tips, strategies that you're using for your Amazon business or just your other e-commerce businesses that you think not the typical seller is using already.
When we sell our bestsellers, from my point of view, every month we redo this article. So from my point of view, whatever your top article is or whatever, it needs to be redone. Our top selling article is in the moment a house bed. Feel free to check out. I think in the last 2 or 3 years where we are selling this article, we have done pictures minimum 15 times. So as soon as we have really great new pictures, we see competitors are copying this, which is the Amazon model, but we want to be a step ahead. You do new pictures, you do new content, you do new A+. PPC, you always want to do, you need to be a step ahead. So from my point of view, the most important thing is whatever the bestseller is, you must redo it and redo it and redo it. You need to invest more work into this article. It's not, oh, this article is done, I focus on the next one. The last thing which we have done is we have introduced this 360 tool, which was just launched by Helium 10. Also to get more insights, which means we are redoing our top sellers now again with all these learnings which we have.
But are you talking about Market Tracker 360?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
that's
so
really
you're I didn't know anybody from it works for Germany?
yes.
I didn't
It's
even know. I didn't even know that. That's so you're teaching me something about Helium 10 today. So yeah, Market Tracker 360 guys is one of our advanced analytics. So what kind of interesting trends have you found with Market Tracker 360? Because when I look at it for the U.S. market, it's like kind of interesting where you can really see it kind of like at the brand level. Who's moving and who's shaking and what they did before, who's on the decline, who's coming up. I'm just curious, what use case have you been using Market Tracker 360 for the German market?
Yeah, we have one competitor which has started, I think, 1.5 years ago, and he is copying everything of us. And we really want to see every movement which he is doing. And in the past, it was a little bit difficult to get the information we are looking for. And now it's really great. Now we can really see exactly what he is doing, and this is really great also to protect our stuff.
Awesome. All right, guys, if you're interested, this is not for new sellers or even six-figure sellers, maybe even low seven-figure sellers. This is for kind of like the big players, kind of like Marco is here. So if you are, have some like mid, high seven figures of sales or more, and you're interested to get a free demo, go to h10.me/MT360. I literally did not know that you were one of our users. So I'm glad you brought that up because sometimes I forget who pays the bills of this podcast and I get so into it. I forget to mention Helium 10, but there we go. So, all right. So, Sell and Scale Summit. Important question: will you be coming to my Zumba fitness dancing class on Tuesday morning?
Yes.
Excellent. I don't have any German songs, but we'll have a lot of fun, and then also make sure to come to the Maldives honeymoon strategy session I'll be doing on Wednesday afternoon. So, anyways, Marco, is great to talk to you. We'll be talking in person soon. If you're not an agency or anything. Do you want people to be able to reach you at all, or look you up, or reach out to you? If not, then it's totally fine.
From my point of view, a strong network is the best we can do. So, from my point of view, anyone who is interested, feel free to reach out to me, and let's find common strengths.
All right. Well, we have one more interview, and so we'll go ahead and go to that right now. All right. Next up for our second guest of the day, we've got Natalie from Florida. Natalie, how's it going?
It's great. Hi, Bradley.
Interestingly enough, I was just looking at this, you were in episode 256. So guys, if you want her full backstory, she moved to the US from Ukraine and started off working for actually another person who was on our podcast before, and then just started her own thing. She used like the Project X strategy to kind of like launch, some products on Amazon, and she's in the matcha tea at the time, at least a year ago. I don't know what you're doing these days, so we're going to find out live with everybody else. But that was a really, really interesting episode, and it was done in the summertime of 2021. So I don't remember. I probably had said, hey, what was your projected sales going to be? And you probably said something, but what did your sales more or less end up being for last year?
It was around $1 million.
Okay, and was it strictly just like tea kind of products?
Yeah.
Excellent. How many SKUs did you end the year with, approximately?
So now we actually added not just teas, we also added accessories. And we have tons of like bowls and whisks.
Matcha bowl. So what would you use a matcha bowl for?
Like when you make matcha, you put some water in a bowl, then you add a teaspoon of matcha, and then you whisk it to prepare matcha tea, and then you can.
That's only for like that. You got to be super fancy to do that, I guess, right?
It's kind of a meditation in the morning. I don't know. I enjoy this process. It's like people who drink coffee, they enjoy the process of making coffee. Mm-hmm. And people who drink matcha, they enjoy this process of making matcha with like whisking it and like all this, using all these things.
Now, how did you, was it something that you yourself were already using, or because you're in this niche, you saw that there was demand for it?
Yeah, we definitely were using it. I enjoy this process, this experience in the morning. So we wanted to have something, not what a whole market has, all this like Chinese cheap bowls. We found Japanese bowls from, they all like handcrafted from people over there, and we brought them from Japan.
Okay, so accessories now. Matcha, you did $1 million last year. Obviously we're barely almost about to get to Q4 here. Do you have any like based on year to date so far? Do you think you're going to do better than last year, or is it a little bit slower since e-commerce is a little bit slower for some? What do you think?
I think if we talk about matcha only,
No, your whole account.
My whole account, it will be bigger, and we also launched more on different other marketplaces. So we also sell a lot on Etsy and Walmart and from our website. Since we
now, you can actually sell tea on Etsy.
Of course,
you?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do.
So there's like a category for like edibles and grocery and stuff, or not grocery, but like food.
Yeah. A lot of people actually do.
Are you serious? Oh, I don't believe you. I'm gonna go to Etsy, right? I thought Etsy was like only. I mean, I sell on Etsy, but like I never thought I could sell like edible stuff. I thought it all had to be like handmade.
A lot of people actually make teas at home and sell it, so they kind of combine.
Oh, interesting. So, yeah, I typed in matcha to Etsy and tons of. I see some of the stuff you like ceremonial grade matcha. That's kind of like what you sell, right? I see.
Yeah, we sell both culinary and ceremonial.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm in love. I just let me see if I can share my screen here for those watching. I just saw matcha white chocolate chip sugar cookies on Etsy, and now my diet for today is ruined because you see, I had before 3 minutes ago, I had no idea you could actually sell cookies or tea here on Etsy. That's kind of shocking to me. I don't know how I didn't know that, but interesting. I bet the accessories, like, do you price your accessories on Etsy higher than Amazon, or do you keep it the same price?
We keep it the same. But
try higher sometimes. Have you tried higher?
It's definitely selling way better on Etsy.
As in the numbers is actually even more on
like for accessories, for sure.
So like how many units a day like overall are you selling on Etsy?
On Etsy, it's about like 3-5 sets. We're selling like gift sets. We're not selling much, but the highest sales on this accessories are on November and December. October, November, and December. It's like search volume increases approximately like 3 times on Google, and on Etsy, I believe it will be like 5-6 times more than during.
But there are some SKUs. You said you're actually selling more that same exact SKU on Etsy than you are on Amazon, or did I misunderstand?
Yeah, because on Amazon we only added them. We just added them maybe like months ago, and we're only doing like wine reviews and just selling little by little. We didn't do any like big launches or anything. So on Amazon, we still our best sellers is matcha and herbal teas. We sell a lot of herbal teas from Ukraine, actually. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay, cool. Now, how are you fulfilling your? You said I think you said Shopify and then also Etsy orders.
We fulfill from home.
Okay, so you're not using like merchant or the what is it called on Amazon, that one thing where you can just set up orders. It's better. That's what I do, by the way. When I sell on Etsy, 100% I ship just from my warehouse as opposed to like trying to send Amazon inventory.
Yeah, if we sell bowl alone or if we sell only whisk, we would fulfill from Amazon. But but on Etsy we have different sets, so we combine them in different ways and give different type of variations. We don't have that many variations on Amazon FBA. So we do combine everything and like create different sets from home.
Some of these, I don't know which one's yours or not, but I'm just looking on Etsy, I'm looking on Amazon. It seems like some of these are kind of breakable, potentially, these bowls.
Sure, they are.
So a lot of people say, hey, never sell anything breakable. It's a nightmare. How have you been dealing with that so far on these products?
In the beginning, it was horrible. Yeah. A lot of people were returning because it was broke. But we found the way how to pack it the way it's not breaking. And for the last couple months on Etsy, we didn't get any return, like 0 returns.
Okay. So what changes did you make?
Just different way of packing. I don't know. My husband is packing it. So he's like using all these materials, which saves it.
But that's Etsy, because that's, you guys are shipping those, but I'm assuming your Amazon are you doing FBA, or you're also fulfilling those
Yeah, the
yourself?
same way we packed each bowl. The way before we sent to Amazon, we tested everything on Etsy, and we found the way how to pack it the way it won't break. So it all came to our house first, and then we send everything to Amazon from our house.
Okay. Very similar to how I do things as well. Didn't you get a lot of initial like traction because your husband put uh like like on a message board or some kind of website that was about these things, and then it kind of went viral, or am I completely making this up?
Yeah, that's true. We've been
Can you refresh my memory, because I just remember like bits and pieces, and then my follow-up question, I guess, is have you still been using that strategy for like any new products that you launch, or trying to like get some traction for your older products?
Yeah, we do, and we have a lot of success with influencers actually. Mostly now, we have success with some TikTok influencers, and more. We noticed that more people started becoming our influencer for our website, not Amazon. I'm not sure why why they prefer, because we have affiliate program on our website. So we noticed that our influencers kind of moved from Amazon to our website.
But from your standpoint, isn't it better to send? Is it, which is better? Because I know maybe you don't get 15% charge, but if you're sending traffic to Amazon, at least you get that brand referral bonus, and then you get 10% of that back. So if you could choose where your influencers were sending their traffic to, would you personally want to send it to Shopify, or would you prefer that if they go to Amazon?
Definitely Shopify, because these customers stay with us. We have their information. We can send them emails. They can subscribe to our website, and we can just upsell them with all of the other products we have. But
Are you ever going to consider doing that buy with Prime button, like adding that to your website?
yeah, I guess we will. It's a great option. People, we'll see. Like, we will definitely try and see how our sales and conversion going.
All right. Now, one thing that I remember you said a few weeks ago when we were just talking is you were going to try out a new strategy this holiday season of almost making like holiday specific like gift sets. Like, are these gift sets something you're going to have throughout the year, or specifically something for Christmas or something like that?
So that's what we already launched, and
Mhm.
this is why we started earlier, to get reviews, to get just to get it going and see what we should change before holidays. But most of sales, of course, we expect during holidays. I'm not even run any ads because I don't want to spend money on this, because I do expect that it will sell by itself during holiday season. Like, we didn't buy too much. We bought like a couple hundred of each style,
Okay.
and we believe.
So you haven't done ads yet, but are you going to do ads and some specific things?
We'll see if we need. If it will sell on its own, then why would we? Like, even now, when we sell like 3-5 units a day, like sets a day, right? They're like 60 to $100, so it's not bad on its own, because our margin is pretty good on this. And during holiday season, I believe we'll sell like 30-40 units a day. I expect so. So
Excellent. All right. Yeah, I definitely want to keep up to date with that one, because that's an interesting strategy. Not everything you can make a gift set, but you've got perfect product for that, because you've got, I'm assuming you're putting some of your existing products together, like maybe matcha with the bowl, and
yeah, we do combine them all everywhere. We combine on our listing. We made, how it calls, not variations, bundles.
yeah,
We made all the different bundles, and we added them
the virtual bundles.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our stores, this is if we talk about Amazon. On Etsy, it's just ranking already great for all of the search terms. It's just not enough search volume, not much search volume, I would say, for now. But I think during holiday season it will do great.
Nowadays, there is like, or at least in America, America's kind of crazy, I think. We have like every day of the year is day of something, donut day and national bosses day and national pets day. And like literally every day of the year is something. Now they're not all major holidays, but I wonder if there's like a list of these things. And then I guarantee like one of the ones that probably is not very, popular, like Mother's Day or Father's Day, would be National Bosses Day or National Secretary's Day. I used to know that one because I used to be a executive assistant, a secretary, and both of those, I would look forward to National Secretary's Day and then Boss's Day. I would have to buy something, but these are keywords, guys, that maybe only peak for a week, but that doesn't mean, you have one product and it's only going to be good for a week a year. This could be like your whatever gift products that were popping for you in Christmas time. Just switch a couple of the words to like National Bosses Day, and all of a sudden you could be like crushing the game. So
Yeah, we did
I'd be curious which
even
one of these.
Mother's Day. Actually, we were sold out with few variations during Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, okay.
Yeah, but we didn't sell on Valentine's Day yet, so we'll see next year.
You need to have like a heart-shaped matcha bowl or something
we actually we have we've already ordered a bowl with hearts.
Yeah, look at that. You see, you need to hire me as to be a part of your brand team. I think we think alike. I like it. What's your 30-second tip, your TST of the day? What's something unique that you've been doing that you didn't mention in the last episode and we didn't talk about yet today that you think Amazon sellers can learn from?
I don't remember if we talked about Google Ads at all last time.
I think we talked about, didn't you used to work? That was like how you came to America, was like you were a Google Ads expert or something like that?
Yeah. I've been working with Google Ads for over 10 years now, and I've been working in agencies. And all
right, give me your best Google Ads strategy.
So the worst part with Amazon is setting up Amazon attribution for Google Ads, because they don't give you any instructions and it's like super hard to find any information. But you do need to figure it out and set up Google Ads with attribution. You need to track every keyword you run there, every ad group, every keyword. You can see all these reports in Amazon. Yeah, in Amazon attribution.
Mm-hmm.
And this way you can like cut what ad groups are not working for you, what keywords are not working for you. You can find what keywords actually work for you and create a separate campaign for them, just to have separate budget for them and just manage them separately. What you need to not give up on the first couple of weeks because it's really hard in the beginning, because you are spending money and you usually not profitable in the beginning compared to like Amazon ads. Amazon ads is easier to track and to understand. Here you need more time. People start in adding to cart, but they don't buy right away. And if you just track your sales, you won't actually see what Google can do for you in like couple months. So just in like couple months, when this all combines, when like people who added to cart start buying, and Amazon also start giving you this, how it calls, this kind of refund for fees.
Yep, brand referral bonus.
Yeah, brand referral bonus. You can, and after you pause not profitable ad groups keywords, you will start seeing really great results. Like Google ads are way cheaper than Amazon ads. And it also boosts your sales overall. I don't know how it works, but Amazon starts kind of putting you on different parts of their website where you weren't before if you send a lot of external traffic, and it increases your overall amount of traffic from Amazon as well.
Any maybe Etsy tip or something, or do you just like put stuff on Etsy and just let her go, or are you doing anything for optimization on there, or you have a different?
I do a lot. I change tags. They have like keywords. Is Helium going to work with Etsy?
Well, if there's enough demand, we're going to. We've definitely looked into it. Right now, I don't see enough demand, but yeah,
I do believe you should, because Etsy grew a lot, and it's great. It's really.
So what's your strategy with those tags at the bottom?
You need to change them all the time. Like you test them for example, for a couple weeks, and then you need to change at least a couple of them and see if this increases your traffic. You can also run Etsy ads, and Etsy ads works based on your tags, these keywords, tags and your title. Yeah, so now you can turn off some keywords from ads, but yeah, that's how it works. What you put in your tags and what you put in your title, that's where it gets keywords.
How are you choosing the keywords that you're rotating in and out? Are you using your Amazon keywords? Are you looking at your competitors' search terms, or what are you doing?
I do use other tools. That's what I don't want to call it.
Etsy tools.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Etsy
I've used a
tools.
couple Etsy tools, too.
Yeah, where
Okay.
you can find some keywords, and also I do look what competitors use on their tags. Etsy shows only few. Before, Etsy was showing all their tags. Now it shows only few of them. Etsy also shows you, if you scroll down, it also shows what keywords people used when they were looking for this type of products. Etsy kind of gives you this example. And I'm checking competitors' titles. So mostly it's titles, tags, and this Etsy recommendations. Recently, Etsy started ranking your description as well. Before, it was not paying attention to the description at all. Recently, just like months ago or something, they started paying attention. And Etsy is ranking really good on Google. So it's important to have good description for Google ranking, because Etsy gets good traffic from Google.
All right, cool. I like it. There's some stuff that you mentioned right there that I'm gonna have to go into my own Etsy accounts. I don't think I've ever changed my search terms or my main keywords there, but I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I really like that. All right. Well, Natalie, it was great to talk to you again, and let's see how I definitely want to follow up next year to see how this new gift set thing has been working for you, and see how you've grown your Amazon, Etsy, and Shopify business. About the Google ads that she was talking about, guys. I don't know. In a couple days, there's going to be a bigger, better launch at Helium 10 that we do every month, and there just might be something that might be along the same lines. Natalie had no idea. I didn't tell her to say that. She has no idea what what I'm talking about here, but there might be something that Helium 10's coming out with that can help with some of what she's talking about. So look out for that, guys. If you're listening to this live when we drop this on the 20th, wait 2 days and see what we got cooking for you. Anyways, Natalie, thank you so much for coming on here, and we'll see you later.